Hello everyone, my name is Banner Vortex Nitro XP, and welcome to the top 6 things that make Metal Gear Solid 5 better than most other games. One of the greatest things about Metal Gear Solid is its amazing creator by the name of Hideo Kojima. And you can tell he really loved this game due to the cut content of this game. Konami had to cut this content due to time constraints on Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain's development. Two of these things that were cut is the addition of a Chapter 3, as well as the 51st mission, Lord of the Flies. The 51st mission, Lord of the Flies, was going to be wrapping up the story arc between Big Boss and Eli, trying to get back Sahelanthropus and stop him from unleashing it on wherever the hell he wanted. And there's actually a reason behind Kojima calling the mission Lord of the Flies. For those of you who aren't familiar, The Lord of the Flies is a novel that tells the story of a plane full of boys under the age of 10, or around the age of 10, that crashes on a remote island and they have to survive by themselves. The main character, by the name of Ralph, finds a white and pink conch shell and blows it to get the other boys' attention and rallies everybody together in the area, which causes Ralph to become an instant leader. But as the story progresses, the other kids don't like Ralph as a leader, and there's a conflict between another character named Jack, and they eventually end up killing each other. This is on purpose because Eli, or Liquid Snake, was designed to have a likeness to Ralph. Liquid even has a conch shell on his tool belt matching the description of the conch shell in the book. There are a lot of things out there in the world that Metal Gear Solid 5 takes themes from. You have to respect Hideo Kojima's attention to detail. But there are two main themes that are real-world things that influenced the storyline of this game. One of which is the novel entitled Moby Dick, hence the name of the Moby Dick Studios, when before they revealed that it was a Metal Gear game, and all that other stuff. The main character, Venom Snake, he goes by the name Ahab, and he is missing his arm. Similarly, Captain Ahab loses his leg to the whale named Moby Dick in the novel, and both are seeking revenge in both instances. As well as that, Ishmael, the man in the hospital in Metal Gear Solid 5 that helps you escape, is also drawing a parallel with Ishmael in the novel, who is the last surviving member of the Pequod, which is the boat that Captain Ahab commands in the book. Which is ironic considering the fact that Big Boss is Ishmael, and Big Boss is the last surviving member of MSF after Venom Snake is killed in Metal Gear on the MSX. Not only that, but another parallel can be drawn between the two, because Venom Snake, or Ahab in this instance, has a helicopter that takes him everywhere, and the helicopter uses the call sign Pequod, named after Captain Ahab's boat. Another big thing that Metal Gear Solid 5 draws inspiration from is David Bowie, which in this instance I'm referring to David Bowie's track The Man Who Sold the World. And in Metal Gear Solid 5, Big Boss brainwashes Venom Snake into thinking that he is Big Boss. Therefore, Big Boss has Venom trick or quote-unquote sell the world into thinking that Venom Snake is the real Big Boss. Another thing that is influenced by David Bowie is the name of the private military, Diamond Dogs, is actually a direct parallel with David Bowie's album of the same name. Diamond Dog, or Dee in Metal Gear Solid 5, is not a dog like everybody believes. He is actually a wolf. And the only people in the series that seem to catch on to that is Huey Emmerich and the occasional dialogue from a random Diamond Dog soldier on Mother Base. There are a lot of themes involving demons and Satan in Metal Gear Solid 5, one of which directly results from the player's actions. If the player decides to be an asshole in Metal Gear Solid 5 and allow their heroism stat to fall too low, the piece of shrapnel sticking out of Snake's head will grow to the size of a large horn, and Snake will be completely covered in blood, hence his name, Demon Snake. Also, it's gone on record by creator Hideo Kojima that the loose strap hanging down behind Snake is supposed to resemble a tail, even further making the whole demon point a sell point. A gameplay element that happens very frequently in Metal Gear Solid 5 is the ability to lockpick doors. And you lockpick them by holding down the triangle button. But something that I don't see in YouTube mentioned that often, or anybody mentioning that often, is that if you mash the triangle button while you're lockpicking, you will actually lockpick and open the door faster. And finally, at number 1 about Metal Gear Solid 5 is the unique story element that this game provides. Metal Gear Solid 5 answers a long questioned question about Metal Gear on the MSX and Metal Gear Solid 4. In Metal Gear on the MSX, Solid Snake kills Big Boss. But at the end of Metal Gear Solid 4, years and years later, Big Boss appears at the end with Zero. This left a lot of fans very dazed and confused as to how there were two Big Bosses, or how Big Boss survived being burned alive in Metal Gear on the MSX. Well, with the addition of Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, the world finally understands and knows that there were two big bosses, and Venom Snake was the one killed in Metal Gear on the MSX. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this top 5, make sure to leave a like, and I'll see what I can do about creating topics and other things for top 5s in the future. Subscribe to see more content from me, and as always, I'll see you in the next activity. Bye-bye.